Hi guys, Isaac from Soccer Reviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Under Armour Blue Carbon 3. Before we jump into the boots themselves, let's take a look at some of the extras that Under Armour have provided with the Blue Carbon 3. First and foremost, they've given you this pretty awesome string bag. It says Under Armour Soccer on the front, grey on the back, says Under Armour on the back too, and it has this nice little pouch which you can put your wallet, your phone, whatever. Definitely a good string bag, one of the best I've seen any company provide, and I'll definitely be using it. You also provided with this extra set of insoles. On the boot right now, you have a more sturdy, they weigh more, they're a comfort pair of insoles. It's definitely a speed pair of insoles. They're more lightweight. If you feel like changing things up a bit, you can just pop these in. You're also provided with two laces. One black and one yellow. On the boot right now, as you can tell, one of them has black laces, the other has yellow laces. So if you feel like just making them the same, you can do that. You're also provided with band. It says Blur on one side, it says Under Armour on the other, so you just pop that onto your wrist, do whatever you want with it. It's a nice little feature. The boots themselves, Under Armour have, as you may or may not know, produced two Blurs prior to this, hence the name Blur Carbon 3. Both of them have been pretty wacky visually and design-wise, how they're meant to perform. And when people have actually tested them out, they've been pretty disappointing, to say the least. So Under Armour are really hoping that with the Blur Carbon 3, they can propel themselves into the football market and become a major player. In England, they've signed on with Tottenham, as many people are aware of, and they have Benoit Asuikato, Spurs' fullback, sporting the Blur Carbon 3. That being said, he is wearing a customized version of the boot, which is gold, which isn't readily available in the market. You're going to have to stick with this red, silver, and black colorway. Let's take a look at the design of the boot. So you have red predominantly towards the front, and on the instep of the boot, you have silver right here, and you have black at the heel. You also have this really nice blur detailing right here. So in terms of the red, you have this nice design feature here. It kind of reflects the light. Hopefully you can see that. And that being said, this is definitely a flashy pair of boots. If you're not into flashy boots, you'd be well advised to stay away from these, as they really are going to stand out on the pitch. You have silver here, you have carbon fiber here, which serves a purpose. We'll talk about that a little bit more later on. And you have black towards the back, as aforementioned. In terms of upper, this is a synthetic upper, as you may have guessed already. Under Armour calling it microfiber elite. It's essentially just a microfiber upper. It's really thin, it's really flexible, and the thin part is a double-edged sword. You will really feel this, any crunching tackles that you're on the receiving end of. But at the same time, because the distance between your foot and the ball is less than it is on, say, a leather upper, you're going to get a pretty good touch and a pretty good feel with the ball. It's worth noting that the Under Armour Blur Carbon 3 features off-centered lacing, so that's a really, for me at least, that's a plus. I mean, you get a bigger strike zone for which you can shoot the ball off, pass the ball off, and yeah, it's really good. In terms of tongue, you have a pretty unique tongue. I guess people have seen this on the Predator X, but not many companies utilize this kind of tongue. It's just part of the upper, and it's not really the traditional tongue that you see on many boots. As the name suggests, carbon fiber is a big part of what this boot is all about, and if we go to the outsole and the sole plate of the boot, Under Armour have called the sole plate X-Spine. Under Armour have fancy names for everything, and the sole plate is no exception. So towards the front of the boot, you have Pebax. Pebax is seen on many boots, including the Puma Evo Speed comes to mind. So Pebax is essentially a lightweight material that's also flexible, so that's good towards the front of the boot. You want a flexible sole plate towards the front that will react to the movements of your foot. But towards the back, you have carbon fiber. Carbon fiber isn't flexible, but it is lightweight, and it's really it provides with a lot of stability, and that's great towards your heel and your midfoot, and that's exactly what Under Armour have done. So the sole plate is essentially a mix of carbon fiber where you need stability, and Pebax where you need flexibility. It's a pretty genius move from Under Armour, if I do say so myself. So towards the midfoot, you have this wing of carbon fiber, which is just meant to provide more stability at the midfoot. Lots of companies are focusing on midfoot stability. Puma, again, as I mentioned before, the Evo Speed, their EverFit cage focuses on midfoot stability, and so are Under Armour. Under Armour have also made this boot focus be be all about quick movement, so lateral movements, being reactive to the movements of your foot. And this is achieved in part by the studs. So you have bladed studs towards the back, you have conical studs towards the front. Conical studs are good towards the front because, I mean, if you're moving around like this, a conical stud is really great. It helps the boot be more reactive, as I mentioned with the Pebax. Bladed studs are also good because they provide stability, but one concern that we have from the off with bladed studs is that we've had a pretty torrid time with them in the past. With the T90 Laser 4 on an artificial surface, we found that the bladed studs got ripped off because of the coarser surface of our artificial surface. So we'll definitely be looking at the durability of the boots in our comprehensive review. Under Armour really focus on the comfort of their boots too. This isn't just a raw speed boot. This can be seen in the insole. So this insole is the comfort or the more substantial insole. You also have the lighter insole, as I mentioned before. And this insole features 4D foam, which is another one of Under Armour's excuse me, another one of Under Armour's technologies. So 4D foam essentially absorbs the impact of your foot and just tries to make the experience of wearing the boots a lot more comfortable. So if they really do pull this off in creating a lightweight, comfortable boot, then honestly this is a recipe for success for Under Armour. That's definitely something we'll be testing out because this boot has been touted as pretty good by many people across the web. So we're going to be testing out that claim. So that's basically all the Under Armour Blur Carbon 3 has to offer. It's a really lightweight boot. It's a speed boot weighing in at 177 grams, which makes it compete with the lightest of the light up there. You can expect a full review of the Blur Carbon 3 in about 2 to 3 weeks. Before that, you can expect a review of the Puma King SL. We've already made an unboxing video for that. There's an annotation in the area above, which you can click on to see that. But for right now, that's all. This has been Isaac from Soccer Reviews, and this has been the Under Armour Blur Carbon 3 review. Be sure to stay tuned to Soccer Reviews on our Facebook, Twitter, and the website itself to be up to date with all the latest football boot news and reviews.